Izanagi's Burden is a weapon with a lot of quirks you can take advantage of to increase your utilization of it. The main one I'll be focusing on for this video is instant swapping, otherwise known as hot swapping, and I'll refer to it as hot swapping going forward, of which allows you to deal more damage with Izanagi's and various other weapon sources that you can pair with it. For this, you're either going to want Wendigo or Interference if you don't have Wendigo or we're in Beyond Light. For Interference, you're going to want either Autoloading or Clown Cartridge. Spike Nades and Full Court for more damage. For practical applications, for Interference, you're going to want Autoloading because it will be better. Also, on your legs, you're going to want to have Grenade Launcher Dexterity equipped, which will be this one right here, the normal one. For hot swapping, I'm going to break this up into individual parts and then put them all together over time to make it easier for those who may not be familiar with the concept or are getting used to it. Firstly, we're going to be practicing what is known as reload canceling. Despite what the name would want you to believe, what we're actually canceling is a part of the animation itself. This is done by allowing Izanagi's to reload the weapon until it goes from saying there is the amount of ammo you have right now until there's one. And what you do then is you cancel the rest of the animation by doing a sprint like I just did. Kind of like that. The main thing we're doing it for is the honed edge though. After this allows us to ADS or perform other actions in that time. The thing is, we can't shoot during this time frame. If you look right here, I'm ADSing, clicking the mouse button, but you don't hear anything until it shoots a little bit later. We can't shoot during this time frame like I said, so what we can do is other stuff in this time frame. For now, I just want you guys to practice getting the reload canceling down by reload canceling, ADS, sprint, and then take a shot, do the same again, and just keep doing it until you get it down. Once you're done with that, move on to the next part. For now, just pause the video until you get it down. Now that you should have reload canceling down, I want you to practice another skill, and then we'll put the two skills together. What you're going to be practicing now is namely hot swapping. For this, you don't have to worry about shooting, but we're going to be getting the swap part down and then worry about shooting. Firstly, let's look at normal swapping, which is what you're currently seeing, and then now let's look at hot swapping. Obviously, there's considerable difference in the amount of speed that it swaps through. The latter is what we're looking to get when we see hot swapping, which is this right here. If done correctly, that's what you'll see. So you might be wondering how this might be done. This is quite simple by simultaneously hitting the key to swap to the weapon you would like to. So for me, for heavy, that's going to be 3, and sprinting at the same time. This makes it so the swapping animation is cancelled and is replaced from resetting from sprint, making it much quicker to ADS and ready the weapon. Keep practicing this until you get it down, and then move on to the next bit. For now, just pause the video until you get it down. Next, we're going to combine the shooting, reloading, and hot swapping by practicing a single cycle of Izanagi's Burden and the grenade launcher combo, some of which you've already done. I recommend doing this next to the heavy ammo in the tribute hall, and close enough to the special ammo so you can get both of them without having to reload. And this lets you put a lot more focus on practicing rather than having to reload. Now for the single cycle. When you would go to reload cancel Izanagi's, you will now need to hot swap to your grenade launcher, then put out 3 grenade launcher shots, then hot swap back to Izanagi's. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that. Shoot once, shoot out 3, and then hot swap back. And then you can just keep on practicing that until you have it down considerably fast. Anyways, go ahead and pause the video and then get that down, and then continue the video when you're good. Since you now should have one cycle down, we're going to incrementally increase the cycles one by one until we get to around 5. 5 is usually as much as you'll get in a normal DPS phase for any encounter. First to be covered with the incrementally increasing ones is going to be 2 cycle. 2 cycle is very similar to a 1 cycle. All you need to do after the first cycle is, when you should be back in Izanagi's, simply repeat a single cycle, which is going to be taking another shot, then shooting your grenade launcher 3 more times. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that. Shoot once, get the 1 in there, shoot 3, shoot again, grenade launcher 3 more times. Keep repeating that until you get the 2 cycle down, and then move on to the 3 cycle. Go ahead and pause the video. Now we're going to go ahead and move away from the special and heavy area that we're on to the 3 cycles, so you can practice a 3rd cycle. 3 cycles splits up depending on if you're using a autoloading grenade launcher versus a clown cartridge grenade launcher. What I'm first going to go over is autoloading. For those with autoloading, either on wendigo or interference, and I'll have a timestamp for my people that are going to be using clown cartridges on screen right now for you to be able to skip to. So skip to that right now and get over to clown cartridge. One of the main reasons we need to split this up between autoloading holster and clown cartridge is when we're going this fast, it doesn't give the wendigo or autoloading grenade launchers enough time to reload, because we swap back and it's not good to go. So what we're going to have to do is supplement the damage with another damage source. For hunters, you have your good old Celestial Nighthawk Golden Gun with bottom tree. And every other class, you're going to have to use a special sniper. First thing I'm going to go over is with the special sniper, and then I'm going to go over Golden Gun. For a special sniper, you'll do your first 2 cycles like you were before, so get your first shot off, shoot off 3, shoot another Izanagi's, go back to your grenade launcher, Izanagi's, hot swap to your special sniper, get out 3 shots, back to Izanagi's, and then grenade launcher hot swap, shoot out 3, and then finish it out with the other ones to continue the cycle, because after the 3rd one, the cycle repeats. Anyways, let me go ahead and get more ammo so I can demonstrate Hunter. Like the other one, it's going to be, instead of the distant tumulus, it's now going to be your golden gun. So again, first 2 cycles are like normal. First cycle, second cycle, 3rd cycle, and then pop your Celestial on that. Izanagi's again, and then Wendigo again, and continue it out until you're out of ammo. Again, once you get to the point of the 3rd cycle, it just repeats from the top. And most of the time, even though you have a Celestial, for the 3rd one, usually you're not going to get more than 5 cycles in on a normal boss. So just repeat cycles 1 and 2 for 4 and 5. Anyways, now we're gonna be done with autoloading, though I would still recommend checking out clown cartridge because there are some cases where it is still useful. Though if you don't care, just skip to the timestamp on screen, and I'll give you a few moments to skip to that so you can see it and pause the video. And now we're on to clown cartridge. Clown cartridge provides a few distinct advantages over autoloading, which is your chance to get 11 in the magazine, as opposed to autoloading where you'll only be able to get up to 6. The thing is, this is only a chance, and you need to have the backup mod on your thing when you're doing this, and then you can swap back over to boss spec. Anyways, once you are lucky enough to get 11, or you have less than that because your luck is not good enough, which would be unfortunate, you'll need to follow what is going to be happening next. Anyways, I'm going to be assuming you have 11 in your magazine. If you don't, like say you only have 9 in your magazine, you're going to need to adjust to 3 cycles. And then do the rest with the way that I demonstrate after the 4th cycle for 11 rounds. Anyways, similar to autoloading, for the last few shots of Izanagi, we're going to need to supplement grenade launcher damage, since the entire magazine will be gone by then, with other sources. We can either do this by a special sniper like Distant Tumulus, which is a good 140, and can get firing line for more damage on your special sniper. Or as a hunter, you can use your Celestial Nighthawk. First thing I'm going to demonstrate is with a special sniper. The first 2 cycles are going to be normal, where you'll shoot an Izanagi and then shoot 3. Izanagi shoot 3. Another cycle. Izanagi shoot 3. Another cycle. Shoot that. Another. And then go to your special sniper, shoot 3 times. And then back to your sniper, shoot again. Usually most DPS phases will be over by then, so you don't have to worry about anything, but if it is not done by then, the rest of the time you're going to be using your special sniper, Distant Timulus, to pump out the rest of the rounds while you still can. Anyways, now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what you're going to be doing with Celestial Nighthawk, which is going to be basically the same, except for you'll pop Celestial at the end. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. Shoot once, grenade launcher 3 times. Oh, hold on. I'm going to pause real quick and go get 11 rounds in the interference and be right back. Alright, let's do that again. First shot's going to be Izanagi's, then 3 interference, back to Izanagi's with the proper hot swap, not like that, and then 3 more, back to Izanagi's, hot swap, shoot 3, back to Izanagi's, grenade launcher 2 times, now I'm out. So I'll let that finish, pop my Celestial, shoot, and then get an Izanagi's in. You could probably clean up the thing a little bit. I missed one of the hot swaps, but more or less the idea is correct. Anyways, Golden Gun is really amazing for this because it allows you to, 1, use your primary, and also with the special sniper, you don't necessarily need it. You can use like your summoner or your whatnot to supplement the damage. It's just not going to be as high as a special sniper. But anyways, if you can do it with a Celestial, either on Autoloading or Clown Cartridge, that's going to be a great thing to supplement your damage, and you could also use like a primary weapon. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up everything, so I'm going to move into some notes real quick that you're going to want to know about the hot swapping and whatnot. Namely, the thing that I want to go over is this is really only viable in situations where you don't have to worry about dying. Namely, like when you're in a well or you will be avoiding damage greatly. While you're doing this, almost all of your attention is trying to get as much damage in as possible. So you're going to be pretty much a sitting duck. During stuff like Grandmasters, that's not really ideal. So that's not going to be too much of a help. On certain parts where you're working on champions and they can't fight back, you could definitely do this, but unlike boss fights where you can't stagger the boss, usually your best bet is going to be peek shooting with Izanagi's like you normally would. Which peek shooting is going to be like, say, that plate right there where it's headed is an enemy. Peek out, shoot, wait for it to finish all its animations and whatnot, peek out, shoot again, and all of that. So, do what you will with this information, just be careful while you're doing it if you're going to be doing it in stuff like Grandmasters, but it is definitely possible. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up everything. Hopefully this helped you out a ton, and you can get this down well enough to help your teams get better DPS in your DPS boss fights. If you found this at all helpful, feel free to give me a sub or a like, and you'll be able to catch the videos that I put out in the future, which generally is helpful information and whatnot about Destiny. Also, if you want to, you can catch me over at Twitch. I usually stream over there whenever I get time. I might have a schedule soon, but you can find me over at twitch.tv/findingedenxo. It'll also be on screen in the description. So if you have any questions, that's also a great place to have a conversation with me over there. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a good one.